What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Deshaun Williams, also known as Milano Williams, here to give you the rundown on protein. Now, I'm gonna be frank with y'all. The fitness industry has been over promoting protein. You gotta realize that it's a business, and as a business, they're gonna capitalize on any opportunity that they have to sell you that product. They gotta move that weight. So it's important that you as a consumer being marketed to can take all this in with a grain of salt. As an analogy, you could think of protein as a nice Lego set, right? A nice Lego set with a predetermined shape or figure, so something special. Let's say it's Zeus for this example, right? So we got a Lego set that's gonna build Zeus. Now, if you don't have all the Lego pieces in the set and you have too few pieces, then you're not gonna be able to maximize that structure. It's not gonna be full Zeus. It might be like Adonis, you know what I'm saying? Whereas if you grab extra pieces from another set and you tried to add it to what you got going on here to build Zeus, it's not gonna do anything for you. It's not gonna add any type of benefit other than, okay, I got some extra pieces. And to bring it back to the context of food, this is where protein is no longer used as a functional building component, but then becomes used as a source of energy. Now, your body already has its favorite sources of energy, just like you have your preferences, right? It could be the curly hair, could be the bright smile, it's whatever. Your body has its preferences for its food sources. These are gonna be carbohydrates and fats. So essentially, it's an option, but it's not the option that you want. It's an option, but it's not an option, right? So at this point in time, we're doing above and beyond what you need. There's no gain. Now, your protein requirements are gonna be different whether you're trying to lose weight and you're in a calorie deficit, or whether you're trying to build muscle or add weight and you're in a calorie surplus. When you're in a calorie deficit, you're gonna have less of everything. So essentially what's gonna happen is that cut's gonna have to come from somewhere, right? And if there's not enough, then you kinda gotta rob Peter to pay Paul. You're gonna be really cutting your fats. You're gonna be really controlling your carbohydrates. Because your body isn't being supplied enough energy, it's gonna start to pull from other sources, right? It's gonna start to pull from your body fat. It's gonna start to pull from your liver and your muscle glycogen stores. The leaner that you get, the higher you are at risk to be losing lean muscle mass. Your body's gonna start looking at that muscle, that lean muscle mass that you have as a source of energy. Therefore, when in a calorie deficit, you're gonna require more protein than you're gonna require when you're in a surplus. When in a surplus, you have a totally different situation. Now you have a complete abundance of all three of those nutrients. Therefore, your body's not gonna try to pull from your muscle for energy when it has, the curly hair and the big smile over here. So it's gonna pull from the carbohydrates and the fats that are there in abundance. This is why when I hear people are trying to get big, they're trying to get massive, they're trying to build some muscle mass, and they always talk about more protein, more protein, more protein. I'm just face palming over here, man. You're not gonna need nearly as much protein. Now, professionally, I make my macro recommendations based off of my clients' lean muscle mass. But for y'all, for the general public, a very optimal recommendation would be when you're in a calorie deficit or when you're trying to cut, consume anywhere between 1 and 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. When in a calorie surplus or trying to get big, this is gonna be counterintuitive, right? You're gonna need anywhere between 0.7 and 1 gram of protein per pound of body mass. Now, I know everybody in the fitness industry is gonna be like, no, you need 1 gram per pound or else you're gonna shrivel. You're gonna waste all your gains. That is the absolute minimum. Without that, you will not live. It's baloney. Pull up an article and tell me differently. I can show you my receipts. Now, when we start talking about protein timing and protein frequency, this is where we run into some more misconceptions. It seems like when these recommendations are given, the recommenders never take into account the total time that it really truly takes to digest food. So you're not gonna digest food in a matter of 1, 2, 3 hours. Let's say that you get like 30 grams of protein from some steak. And this isn't even including a well-balanced meal. So you might have like some carbs or some type of vegetables or something in addition with that protein, which is gonna only extend the time of digestion. But let's say you just get 30 grams of protein from some steak. That might take you like 6 hours to digest. And within that 6 hours, you're gonna have a steady stream of amino acid delivery. Therefore, there's far less importance when it comes to, okay, I need to eat this many meals in a day to get big, or I need to eat this many meals in a day to prevent losing muscle mass. What's really important here is the total amount that you're consuming in that day. As it pertains to your workouts, if you work out in a fasted state, this is gonna not apply to you. Because you're training in a fasted state, it's gonna be imperative that you, within 1 to 2 hours of that workout, the anabolic window as they call it, get a solid source of protein. Now, outside of fasted workouts, this whole anabolic window thing does not necessarily apply. It can be beneficial, but the benefit is minuscule compared to side-by-side comparison of two people getting the same amount of calories, the same amount of protein per day. So all that matters is that by the time you go to bed that night, you've had enough protein and you've had enough calories. You mean if I don't eat within 2 hours of working out, I won't go straight catabolic and shrivel? Nah, you won't. And as it pertains to supplementation, guys, there's been a little bit of talk about whether, protein supplements are going to be bioavailable or whether your body's even going to, really be able to maximize or utilize that nutrient. And to this I say, yes. Yes, whey protein is a byproduct of some type of milk manufacturing process. Therefore, this is actually a real food product in a very simplified or broken down form. Therefore, it's going to be very, very accessible to your body. It's going to be very easily digestible. There's no problems when it comes to supplementing with some type of whey protein. Now, with that, I will tell you, it's not a requirement. You can fulfill all of your protein needs through just regular food. In fact, right now I'm bulking, and I might use a whey supplement like 2-3 times a week. That's it. Otherwise, I'm eating my meals. Never missing a meal though. Now, nutrition is going to be one of 3 components when it comes to creating any type of lasting change in your body. 1 is going to be your training. 2 is going to be your nutrition. 3 is going to be your recovery. Now, this is in no particular order. They all come together to create that secret sauce, that recipe, all right? I just sprinkled a little bit on y'all today. Appreciate y'all for watching. Ask any questions that you have in the comments below, and I'll be sure to add them on my list. Yours might be answered in the next video. Peace, love, and hair grease. What? Peace.